69 AMX that the guy raced, and he was building it back to be a race car, and then, I don't know, I think he passed away or something.
Okay. So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. And you guys know my theory that if you see a bunch of nice cars or collectibles out in the air, then there's always something really nice in the garage. Oh wow, there's two really beautiful things in a garage. Wow.
These are 69 Scramblers that have been restored.
Let's see, Hearst.
Hearst is the one that did it in Pennsylvania.
Oh, over on Street Road.
The 1969 cars were originally done by Hearst.
Okay.
And American Motors just shipped them over cars with motors in them. They did the paint, stripes, put mirrors on them, you know, stuff like that. And
these things are like showroom fresh, aren't they?
yeah.
Wow.
And the front one up there is my original car.
Wow. Now are these just identical pretty much?
This is the model. What, 1,512 of these were made all. There was a second run of 500 with a different paint scheme. That was called the B scheme. This was called the A scheme. And 500 were produced. It was first 500 of these produced. And then nearest I could tell, if you had first run of the 500, no, not this one.
So that's your original car. This is the one that you
original
bought and then you bought back.
I bought, right. The first 500, if you looked at, because they were only planning to do, if you look at the paint, it says special.
Because they weren't even going to offer this as a...
Right. It was only supposed to be 500, but it took off so well, they decided to do a second run of 500.
Wow.
And they did it in a different paint scheme. So when they did that, the third 500, which I didn't think they went back to that, they actually then put a paint coat to it.
Okay.
And this one has the paint coat on it.
And that's how you know if you have a first 500 car or a second 500 is if it says special.
I believe so.
On the tag.
See, that one actually has a paint coat.
Yeah, was it 000A? Yeah.
That's meaning it's an A scheme. I think the B's, and I've not seen one to be sure, but I think the B's are 000B.
Okay.
And they have what, a blue stripe down the side?
Yeah, they have a lower
on like
blue
the balance.
stripe. I think it's red and blue on
Yeah.
the bottom.
Okay. But this is, and so Empire.
No,
Rambler?
the
Oh,
fellow
okay.
that was restoring this, he was originally from New York, so he put the Empire label.
Oh, okay.
I have to take it off.
But it's actually the dealership that used to be over here.
Yeah, I'll show you. This is how I knew it was my car.
Come over to the light.
This is the original owner's manual, which stuck with the car from the time that I sold it, and the warranty card. And in the back, right there, is what the dealer fills out when you get it. And that happens to be, and this one's a little easier to see.
Oh, there you go.
My mother's name.
Mildred.
And the date at which the car was bought, and the serial number to the car.
Wow. That's like one of the rarest things I've ever seen. I like that's a mind blowing.
Once that happened, I had to buy the car.
Yeah, I'm just
You
saying.
have no
You find
choice.
it, you have to.
You go out, you take a loan, second mortgage, but you have to buy that car.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy.
Because it's actually approved. And I sold this car with two other ones in the 80s.
And then when did you get it back?
About 3 years ago.
3 years ago. And then was it redone at that?
Yeah, it was already
okay, so it looks
Carl
like
had
this
already
then.
done it.
Wow. So it really, I obviously other than maybe the tack or the deck come with it, this is how when your mom bought it, this is what it looked like.
This was my car.
Wow, when you got it.
Yep.
That is just nuts. I mean, that's just crazy. That's like, that doesn't happen.
No.
Yeah, like you said, if you find, I've been looking for my 70 Chevelle from high school from '84 forever, and it's in a junkyard, I'm sure, someplace.
Well, take it off, and the fact that there was only 1,500 of these made.
Yeah.
What's the odds of you finding one in 1,500? No, maybe
Just
you
finding
find the same model Chevelle that you had.
That's what I'm saying.
There was probably 3,000 of them.
That's what I'm saying. Finding the one, and then actually finding the one.
Yeah.
And that somebody had restored it to this, and it's not in a farm field with shotgun holes all through the doors.
Well, that's what he actually said when he wasn't planning on selling it, but when he realized that I was the owner of it, he said, "You're the only guy I would sell this car to."
And how long did it take for him to sell it to you?
We went back and forth quite a few times. First, he tried to price gouge.
Right.
He wanted to get a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, no, wait. I said, I offered you 40,000. I said, I have another one.
Right.
You can't tell if that's not my car, this is not my car.
Right.
The only way you know is by that owner's manual.
Yeah.
So that's my offer. Take it or leave it. And he took it.
Yeah. Well, that's just, yeah, I mean, that's, if I owned the car and the original owner came to me and I'd be like, yeah, I'd have to sell it to you. And why price gouge somebody? I mean,
Yeah, no.
he could go get a car that's not as meaningful to him, that's the exact same car for that amount of money.
There
He
it is.
could,
I
he
bought
could come
this
and
one
get,
first before I bought
he
that
could
one.
get this car, which to him would be probably just as sentimental as this one, and let you, yeah, so crazy.
We go around.
You know, these cars, you know, that Ralph has, I mean, this is part of a community of really tight-knit folks that own these badass cars.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well,
they
it's
have a
just-
reunion every year, right, Ralph?
Yeah, Kenosha has.
Yeah.
That it's actually a show. And there is an AMX club here. I don't know if you're part of it or not.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
The
And they have a
Mid-Atlantic one?
show, huh?
The Mid-Atlantic one, they have
Yes.
the thing down at Peddler's Village.
Yes. They have a show that's strictly AMX, AMCs, and that'll be in September or October.
I'm gonna do that.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, man, this has been like.
No, we ain't done.
Oh, we're not okay.
Yeah, you're
Well,
20%
we're not
of the way-
done, but
No,
okay, we're still going.
We're
We're
still
still
top 80.
Oh, we're still going. So,
More up above.
if you like this, you better subscribe now, because I may just save the rest of it for a members only video, and I don't even have members yet. So, but no, I'm kidding. We're gonna go and watch more, but that's just incredible. So don't stop watching here. While we're walking here, subscribe, click like, say hi to these guys in the comments. If you own an AMX and want some more information, if you want to buy one of the cars we've seen so far, this is the time. Write the information down, and what you want. Go back, review, got a little homework, and while we're walking. So we still got some more stuff here to see.
Yeah, well, this is the Orphan Village here.
Okay.
There's the 62 Studebaker. The car in front of it is a Spirit. That's an AMC.
Okay. Oh wow, yeah, the old Spirits.
That's a
Are
Spirit.
they the all-wheel drive ones like the Eagles?
No.
Okay.
This is a 62 Studebaker. Here's another Spirit here. That was a
Okay.
race car. The guy got a roll bar in it. And over here is some 64 Chevy Impalas.
There you go.
Which this one here,
Nice convertible.
this is a rare one. This is an SS convertible with a 4-speed with the factory tack.
Wow.
With the original motor still in it. 327.
And is the SS version or?
It is an SS.
Okay. Is this the one you were talking about redoing, or is this the one that
If
you're
I were to
selling?
do one of the Chevys, this would be one. I
Okay,
would
but somebody, if they want this,
Oh,
reach
yeah,
out
it's
to you.
for sale.
Okay, and they're all 2-doors, so
Yep.
I mean, guys, try to
But
find a.
this is a good car.
Look how
This is a
straight
good
it
car.
is. I mean, it's got some surface rust, but if you're somebody who likes patina, seriously, sand it down
The
a little
floors
bit.
are rotted in it, but there's actually replacement panels.
Yeah, you can buy,
You can get anything you want for these cars to do
Yeah.
them.
but an SS with the original numbers matching 4-speed.
Right.
Yeah, and as a convertible ragtop, man, that's
Right.
awesome.
Like that white interior too, all fixed up. That's a
Yeah, I do this
pretty
thing.
car.
I would do this thing in red.
That's what I was just thinking. I would do it in fire engine red.
Right.
That's what I would do.
The red on the side of the Scrambler.
Yeah.
That would be a good
Yeah,
one too.
with the white.
This is a 68 Javelin that I've been trying to sell. This is a running and driving car.
Yeah, up to Carlisle.
Yes, I
Yeah.
had it out to Carlisle
Okay.
for the
Tell the sticker.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it has the wrong seats in it. but
Okay.
It's a 6-cylinder with a 3 on the tree.
Now, there were straight 6 in these, obviously, not V6s. So,
They didn't have a V6.
okay. And this is the original paint?
No, I believe it's been repainted.
Okay. But, I mean, it looks straight. Don't see hardly any.
No,
I mean, it's got a really nice body on it.
Very little rust on it too.
Yeah.
This was the one that you first came to look at. Very
Yeah.
little rust on it or anything.
In high school, I had one just like this, but with a black vinyl roof. 290 engine.
Does this run?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is
This is a
for
money
six,
driving car.
and you've got a price in there. I'm not going to talk pricing because that's your deal. But if you can't, somebody came and bought it, they can drive it right up onto the
Yeah.
trailer and take it home, tune it up, play around a little bit. So if you're somebody
I
who's
got it running,
afraid
we
of,
take it out. When we go out to Carlisle, we park about a mile away on the trailer,
Right.
and then we drive the car in.
yeah,
Because if you go in and you have the paperwork for a spot, whoever's in the car gets in for nothing.
right. So then, yeah, you get something like that. If you're somebody who's like, you know what, I don't know too much, or you have like a teenage daughter or son that wants a muscle car, these, I will tell you what, AMC's right now are affordable muscle cars when you get into, and a 6-cylinder, those 6 cylinders, like any straight 6 from the 60s and 70s, will run until you shoot it. They'll run on 5 cylinders. Like I was telling somebody the other day.
I've owned AMCs in cars all my life, never owned another car. And I've never been, one time I got let down, and that was because the condenser shorted out. Other than that, I've never been let down. Always got me to where I was going.
You can drive that home with 5 cylinders running, and there ain't going to be a check engine light, just a big nasty sound. It's not like the new cars where you get in one of these, like my Ford SUV, when the washer fluid goes low, it goes into crawl mode at 15 miles an hour.
You open the hood on that, and you look down next to the motor, you see the road.
Yeah.
You can't do that today.
No.
On anything.
And you don't need a computer to tune it.
Nope.
So.
No, the saying with that is, got gas, got spark, gotta go.
Yeah.
And you can still get parts. There's plenty of companies out there that
Well,
sell the parts.
it's not only that, in AMC using like the Delco distributor, you got the Chevrolet point set. You know, Ford starters.
And it's
That's a standard Ford starter.
it's also basic engine. So if you want to teach you want to teach somebody, or you want to practice like building something, these are the cars to practice on, because they don't have the electronics. They're just basic combustion engines.
Yeah, and it's funny, you know, modern mechanics at a dealer without the reader
Yeah.
and the lights, they don't know what to do with it.
These-
But, you know, you and I can get under the hood and work on it all day long.
Because we grew up with them.
Yeah, you can. If you need to move an engine, you pull it up to a tree with a branch like that, put a chain around it, pull it out.
What was it, you know, if your points started wearing out, you would sand them down and took a matchbook cover, and that's what your feeler gauge, and that's all you needed.
Wow. Now this is,
Get it to go.
so this is the convertible.
This is a convertible, 66.
66. And this has a 390 or
No, this has a 304 in it. Right?
304? Okay. And is this just your fun toy?
This is one I like.
Put
Take it and drive it.
like on a day like today, put top down, it's 78 degrees and sunny, and let's go for a ride.
Yep.
So now is this a Survivor inside, or have you just restored
No,
this?
it's been redone. The top's been redone. The seats have been redone. Everything's been redone.
So,
There's your mirror you're looking for.
Exactly.
and it's an automatic, so for us old guys
But
who,
that's not a remote.
No?
No, that's a regular one.
and then is this power roof, or it's a power
No, it
two?
does power.
Oh, okay, so it's got a power roof.
Once you unclick the two things, you can hit the lever,
Oh, okay.
and it folds up.
So, well, that looks like a fun street car to have.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, even the stance on this one's a little different than all the other ones. Now with the stances, do you guys keep the Air Shocks 80 stuff in, or do you
We don't
put the
even
new
have air
springs?
shocks. That's standard springs.
Or that's just
If I
regular
were to
springs?
do anything, I would do the springs.
Put bigger springs
or
in.
go with what do they call them?
I don't know.
Springs with the springs.
Do they even make air
The
shocks
with the
anymore?
springs.
Coilover?
Yeah,
Coilovers.
they don't even. I don't think they
But
make
those are
air shocks
adjustable.
anymore,
You
do they?
can set whatever you want to.
So that's your fun car.
That's my plan. Soon to be the wagon to be the fun car, because I got to put air conditioning in it, and
And is that where the wagon's gonna go?
no,
That's where my
that's where
car
his
was.
car was sitting.
So this is where this is where John saw his car.
Yeah, the back
And-
end right here, and then drive up the road. And
Sometimes I would back it in, and because I would always take it to a show. Sometimes
Okay.
I'd back it in. Sometimes, if it were going to rain or something, then I would pull it.
Okay. Well, guys, this has been awesome. You know, here's the fun thing is like, you know, maybe your neighbors here or here know you with the cars, but there's people within a quarter-mile of this house that have no idea, and we don't want you to know where it is so that way you don't steal stuff. But the people that are, say, like a mile away, they may be interested in something like this, and they're like, it's in our town. So, you know, you guys got people over in Bucks County across the river, you got people over here, you know, down this road, down that road, they don't even know this stuff exists.
Most of the guys in the AMC family know that I'm in Fleming.
Right.
Some of the guys from the club have been here. The president, Joe, when he was the president, he's been here. He looks for parts and stuff. That was the other thing too. If you're looking, like, these are the whole cars.
Right.
But
you might have a hood or something too, right? One or two?
Yeah, one or two, or 3 or 4 or 5.
But seeing these cars back on the road, you know, in their original condition, running down the road, I mean, it's just no better feeling than, you know, to know that they're getting restored. Somebody's you know, who loves them, taking them to car shows and all that stuff.
Well,
kids in the back.
Even the fact that, you know, you're keeping them here, they're not getting crushed. They're under, most of them are under a shelter. You know, that's a big thing, because I drive all around the country and I see ones in farmers' fields that are just out in the open. I mean, there'll be a field like that with 10 cars, and they're so rusted and
like that
broken
AMX
glass.
out there came out of a field down in.
Yeah, but here you've got them pretty much on stone. They're not. Well, I mean, there's a couple buried in weeds in the back, but
Well, those weeds weren't there when they were put there.
so.
I forbid them to grow, but it didn't work.
This is a little Quonset hut.
A little barn. That's my lawnmower shop.
Oh, okay.
But this is one, and this is AMC Parts. Now, look through that door because the groundhog
there you
is
go.
kind of closing
Yeah.
it in. But this is one of the parts.
So this is
Sheds.
one of your parts departments.
Yeah, this one has mostly Rebel parts in it
Okay.
and machine parts. And then this has, I think there's a hood. There's a Rebel
I see
machine
the hood.
There's seats.
Oh,
there's
interior
Rebel
parts. There's wheels.
dashboards.
All kinds of stuff in there.
The trim rings, they're over here on the side for the here. The Rebel machine wheel has a unique trim ring. It's not that one. These. Oh no, that is one.
Yeah.
That's in good shape, that one.
Okay.
But they don't clip on. They're pressed in.
Oh wow.
And that was the demise of the wheel. There's wheels now on Facebook. A set of restored wheels, $5,000 for 4 wheels.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. Wow.
Yeah.
And I just need somebody to straighten these out.
But
These are trim rings. This here is the that's the rubber seal for the air cleaner.
underneath, yeah. So
where,
for
this is for the Rebel,
okay.
where it joins.
And you got so you've got a couple parts in here. Somebody might have been looking for years for one.
I mean, this.
And
this
you've got
is a
lights.
one-off. This is a Scrambler mirror.
Okay.
The only other car that had this was the Oldsmobile 442. They are being reproduced now.
Right.
But they're like, I don't know, last I heard was like $600 for a set of mirrors.
And these are originals.
Yeah.
So, wow.
I mean, that's this shed. And then we go down.
Yeah, I saw when I first looked up to come here, as I told you, I went onto the Google Earth and I could see a couple cars, but obviously the other stuff just looks like sheds.
Yeah, well,
so
this roof you can't see.
yeah.
That's why
And-
I said when you talked to me, I said you didn't see it, no.
Well, even just seeing the ones you can see from Google Earth, I was like, this guy's got a ton of this stuff. So here's another
Another
trailer
part
that's
shed that's got interior parts, grills,
transmissions.
transmissions, bell housings, some radiators, steering wheels. This is one. Brakes. I tried to.
Wow.
Luke is the one that's been really going through everything. Here's a whole dashboard over here for a 440.
There you go.
Stuff like that. You know,
So-
there's the electric motors for the wipers. Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so if you're somebody who has any of these AMC cars, or if you want to buy one from you, you probably have you could sell them, get them parts as well to to get it
Probably have
complete.
enough stuff here to make any car you want out there run. This over here, here's another shed full of them. This is the one here. You were talking about the machine wheels.
Right.
This one's a little bit more organized.
Good. Fuck. So you got.
These are the $5,000 wheels that you see on
And you got sets of them. Wow.
That's a restored wheel.
Wow.
Yes. I didn't. We're still on the tour here. We're looking at your wheels now. All right, I'll let them know. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Center console with gauges.
All right, thanks. Okay. Bye.
So
That's
yes,
somebody's already did it, but these are old school gauges, Stuart Warren's. The size of them.
Wow.
You don't see the gauges that size
No.
anymore.
And then you've got the snorkel from the one with the dual quads on it sitting there.
Yeah, that
So-
was on there. There's others.
And it's
Then there was
got headers
there's
underneath there, drive
there's
shafts.
2 sets of these wheels that have been done so far. The $5,000 wheel
Right.
brackets.
That's crazy.
Nice.
But-
Is this an air dam for a AMX or a Javelin up here? This red one?
Yeah, it's probably
Oh, you got even another intake here, another
Oh
dual
yeah,
quad
there's some
intakes.
aftermarket. This is all
So,
intakes.
oh, okay, this is all
intakes.
aftermarket intakes. Okay.
And some of them are Route 19 too. The Edelbrock did produce Group 19 stuff.
Okay.
Then these are front engine parts, brake boosters, starters,
You got-
alternators.
And you got an exhaust system right here.
Yeah, there's headers inside of each of these. There's headers in boxes.
So yeah, he's got everything that you need to make whatever you want
Pick
out of
any one
it.
out. You want to spend the time, you can make it. You can drive it home.
And the reality is the cars that you have here aren't even clones. They're the actual real
Yeah,
one.
The parts all in here are not clone parts.
That's what I'm saying. So if somebody buys one from you, they're not building a clone. They're building the original with original old stock. Well, I mean, you know, even though it's not new old stock, but original parts.
They were off of different things. Like around the corner by that army truck there, that shelf has rear ends and front ends on it.
So you got
If you go inside here, in the shed where you walk in,
right.
there's all motors.
So
Go
you
to the back shed back there, you'll see it. And there's a machine wheel sitting on the edge. Well, there's 7 more sets of them wheels inside.
So this is basically, you can buy the car or you can go through the buffet. And
okay.
so Ralph's Chinese American buffet of AMC parts. American made buffet.
I don't know.
So, well, I'll tell you what.
Inside there, there's I think 10 or 12 motors that just pulled out of the
stacked.
car sitting up on the shelves.
That's crazy.
That was so I could keep them where the
So,
temperatures are almost
right.
the same. And there's
Well-
even more fenders, doors, and hoods in those 2 trailers back there.
Yeah, if you look, everything that's a trailer doesn't have a car, but it's got pieces to tons of cars in it, and he's got enough. So if you guys are interested, if you need any of this stuff, if you just want to converse, do you have a website at all, or how do you want people just to give you a holler on
Yeah,
a call?
you can just text me on my phone number.
Okay.
If it's a number, because I have do not disturb, because I
Right.
hate the telemarketers.
Well,
but if you text me, I always get the text.
So text that saw it on Sean's video,
Yeah.
and then he'll know that what you're talking about.
It doesn't
So-
make any difference as long as you send a text and say talk about
or
the
talking
car
about
or
car
whatever.
parts or whatever, so then he'll get it. So
Yep.
this is just mind-blowing.
Right?
Mind-blowing.
Candyland.
Yeah. So, and he was so modest. He was like, when we first got here, he's, there might be something interesting here. So, I mean, that's like Hugh Hefner saying, nah, we might have a couple girls here when you get to the mansion. So, right. Guys, if you love this stuff, say we're gonna probably do 2 parts on
gas
this.
Tanks underneath the truck there.
Yeah, he's
underneath this over here.
There is just so much stuff, and like he said, he wants to start getting rid of it. We're getting older. There's only 27 projects he can do at a time, and there's about 127 of them here. So if you see something you like, if you see something you want to do, just reach out. And you pay the shipping, he'll send it. You pay the shipping. So if you're in China, if you're in the UK, if those of you guys in Australia, they're always asking me, how come we don't have these cars in Australia? Because you're not paying to ship them to Australia. So call him, he'll put together what you need, and they'll put it in a container. You pay for the shipping, and it'll go to the South China Sea. You didn't see the ones under
the trailer over there?
The cars?
Yeah.
Well,
come on, keep well.
So our final stop on cars. There's what, about 4 of them in here? 4 or 5? 4 of them. So we've got another Gremlin.
And that has a 360 in it.
So it's an original 360.
No, I think somebody did the engine transplant.
Okay.
This one has a 360 in it. That has a 290 in it. That's a V8 American.
Okay.
That one has no motor in it. That's the one John's going to get the interior out of.
Oh, I love the American racing wheels on it.
It had a slight, slight hooks in the backside.
Okay.
And this is a 69 AMX that the guy raced, and he was building it back to be a race car, and then I don't know, I think he passed away or something.
Okay.
And the family sold it.
Okay. Yeah, this is probably not going to buff out.
No.
So you probably need to do a little bit more work on it.
But I think you're going to need the 8-pound sledgehammer.
And this is a red, white, and blue. It's got the blue hood. So like you said,
well, no, that's a javelin hood. It originally had a white fiberglass hood, which is over there underneath that thing.
Okay, so
and that's a blue javelin hood.
That's an AMX as well.
This is an AMX.
Okay.
And then underneath there is all, you can't see them, Rebel doors.
Okay.
From the machines. This is a fun car.
It looks like a fun car.
No, you nailed it. You nail the gas on this thing once it gets tuned up. It'll take the tires right off of it.
Wow. Yeah, this is a playground, all right. And like I said, the nice thing with 90% of these cars is, I mean, they've been here for years, like over a decade. Some of them just parked, some more than that.
Oh yeah.
But they're all, you know, they're not buried in weeds and grass. You're not going by and seeing bees nesting them
back there, and they're just bodies.
Yeah, you said they were just bodies. So almost every one you open up, they don't have any kind of a smell to them or anything else. So
yeah, they are open. You might find a cat family in one.
Well, I didn't get stung by bees. We didn't get chased by snakes.
You don't want to do that.
So
stung by bees because the wasps all like to live in the doorknob.
Yeah.
In the door hinge.
But yeah, who knew? John just said you should find the guy that I bought the car from and see if he's got some time. So I was going to leave yesterday and head down to Tennessee, and now I'm going over to New York, or not New York, Michigan. But I'm glad you allowed me to come over and show me a little bit of the collection. And who knows, there's a bunch of people out there that would be really interested in getting something. So I just want to say thank you again, sir.
No problem.
So thanks for taking time out of a Sunday to let us all know.
No, thanks for the shirt.
Like, hey, the least I can do. So, like I said, you guys call him if you want anything. Remember, hit subscribe button. Oh, I'm sorry, text.
Call won't get through, but text
okay,
will.
I'm gonna put. I will put the phone number to text.
There you go.
In the description. Just reach out to him. He'll get back to you. Please don't waste time. It's if you want to talk to him about this, great. But please don't waste any time of his time, or else I'm going to take it out of the description. But there's some really great, I mean, there's got to be 30 great cars waiting to be reborn here.
Yeah,
they need to be.
Close to 30 now. I've been cutting the numbers down.
Yeah, they need to be. So, and you saw John's car, he drove away in it. So that's what can happen. That was what could be it. So
we're one of the cars that was here.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was here. So you can be that guy that takes one, and then you made a friend in Jersey, and you have a beautiful car that's going to last a long time and a great project. Anyway, thanks guys. We'll see you next time. April, Should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.